Hi there folks, welcome to Dunzy's Guitar Stuff and welcome to today's guitar lesson. This is a song called Can't You See I'm a Star by a band called Moxy from Canada. Their first album's got some killer riffs on it. The solos, half the solos in the album are played by Tommy Bowen. He doesn't play the solo on this particular tune, but some great guitar playing. And this is my Orville Les Paul LPS-75 LD Lemon Drop. So the song's in standard tuning and it starts on the G on the bottom E string, 3rd fret. So it's 3 and then 6 on the bottom string, and then 3, 4, 5 on the A string, and it finishes up on the 3rd fret of the D string, so that's an F note. Just running up that. And then the next part starts on that F note, so it's 3 notes, 3 times on the F, and then 2 on the 1st fret of the A sharp, and then up to the A, the 2nd fret of the A string, and hammer onto that, and then down to the G, 3rd fret of the bottom string again. So I'll play that whole part. So it plays that at the intro, and then the verse. So the bridge part starts on an A sharp chord, which is the 1st fret of the A, bar the 3rd fret of the D and G strings, and that slides up to the C, back to the A sharp, and then to the F. And there's a bit of strumming where you're muting the strings, like that. And when it goes back to the A sharp and the F the 2nd time, it's more on the beat. It's quite a sharp measure there. And then it finishes that run with a run up the G, 3rd fret of the E string, to the A, open, to the A sharp, to the C, and then to the D. So play that bridge part again. What I'll do is I'll play from the beginning up to that bridge part again. And that takes you up to middle 8. Somebody on the phone. Ooh, not that interesting. Where are we? Yes, that takes us up to the middle 8 part, which is quite a bit trickier timing. Again, it starts on the G, the 3rd fret of the bottom E string. So it's 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret of the E string over to the 3rd fret of the A string, the C note. So you play the C note back to the A. That's what you play the first time, just play that once. and then the second time it's. So it starts the same, but you finish on a D chord. And then it's the same first pattern again. But the next measure is similar to the second one you played, but there's a slight timing change when it goes to the D chord. So we'll play all those parts again. And then the last measure starts the same. It starts on the 3rd fret of the G string, 4th fret, 5th fret to the 3rd fret of the A string to the C, but then it moves up 2 frets and plays the 7th fret of the E string and the 5th fret of the A string, then moves up 1 more fret and you play the 8th fret of the E string and the 6th fret of the A string, and then moves up 2 and you play the 10th fret of the E string and the 8th fret of the A string. So I'll play that last measure. And then you finish on the 10th fret of the A string, the G. So I'll play that. I'll play the whole of that bridge again. And that takes you up to the guitar solo. It's quite hard to hear what the rhythm parts playing under the solo. It sounds a bit like Funk Number 49 by the James Gang, actually. The solo and that's killer. Killer. Anyway, so it starts on the same first chord as far as I can hear, so it's a C chord, but you're only playing the 5th fret of the D and G string, and then you're hammering on to the 6th fret of the G string. Get some of that funk rhythm in. So that's the first chord. Now, what I can hear, or what I think I hear, he moves up 2 frets and plays the D here, which is the 7th fret of the D and G strings, and then adds the 8th fret of the B string. So I can hear it going like this. So it takes a bit of time getting that up to speed. Then it moves up 3 frets to the 8th fret again on the D and G strings, and it's the same pattern again. You hammer on 1 fret in front on the G string, and then move up 2 frets to the 10th fret. Again, you play the 10th fret of the D and G strings and hammer on the 11th fret of the B string. And then at the end of that, it goes to an E and a D, just the power chords. And then back to the intro again. And that's the whole tune. A great song. As I said, the first Moxy album has got some of the best guitar riffs on it ever. Real 70s sound as well, because it was made in the 70s. So again, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'll do a performance of this along with the original tune with 2 guitar tracks. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Looking alright, yeah. Let's make it tonight. Knowing what you're saying, no time to delay. Hurry now, it's getting late. Baby, don't you hesitate. I got that lover's disease. Won't you help me?